I'm going to find international. Apparently, they want you to pay for something. I don't know. Anyway, this week on Dueling Review, we review. Oh, come on, I can't do that. This week on Dueling Review, we review Doctor Strange number 382. Loki continues to protect the world from magical threats, but that can't be all that he's after, can it? Stephen Strange certainly doesn't trust the god of lies and mischief. The play that Strange makes at the end of this issue will shake the Marvel U to its core. That's what I say, boo. But what about this Doctor Strange?
This Doctor Strange is interesting. I mean, Doctor Strange has been through a lot of changes.
Oh, yeah.
The various years. I think this may be one of the most severe changes since the 90s when he was split into Dr. Stevens and the mystical facehead named Strange.
Was one of them blue and one of them red?
Yes, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because his mystic alter ego, Strange, wore blue, and then Dr. Victor Stevens had the cloak of levitation.
Yeah.
But it was a coat.
So in this arc, which really, I don't think you need to read part 1. This is part 2.
Right.
Because they pretty much, since I didn't read part 1, I'm guessing they did everything that happens in the first 2 pages of this issue, I think happened in the first, in part 1, is my guess.
I would say so, yeah.
I mean, it pretty much straight up says, hey, Loki has gained the power of the Sorcerer Supreme. Stephen Strange is now a vet. He's got a talking dog, which I don't know where that came from. And Stephen Strange's apprentice/girlfriend is now Loki's apprentice/girlfriend. And Loki is trying to get after something called the sous chef.
The sous chef?
The sous chef, yes. He's trying to get a sous chef to come in and cook, or at least do some of the main prep.
Right.
And Stephen Strange doesn't want him to have that. He goes and confronts Loki, and Loki's like, ha, I have infinite power now. I can do anything I want. Why aren't you cooperating? And Stephen Strange shakes his fist and says, I'll get you, Loki. I'll get you if it's the last thing I ever do. And then he runs off to the Himalayas, where we get a huge, shocking revelation at the end where, what's his name? Sentinel? No, not Sentinel. Sentry shows up.
Yes, Erg, I'm so mad about the Sentry.
Why is that?
The Sentry.
I mean, wasn't he like crazy loco like a couple of years ago?
Well, he's always been. The Sentry's whole thing is that...
Isn't he like Superman and he has...
He is his own evil dark side.
Yeah.
The Void is the Sentry's basically counterpoint, and they both exist within the mind of Bob Reynolds. But Bob Reynolds has been dead a number of times, and the last that I heard, Bob Reynolds was dead in the pages of Uncanny Avengers, and now they've brought him back.
So is this his first appearance as the Bob Reynolds character? Is this his first appearance back, or has he been in some other places?
This is the first thing I've seen him in.
Okay.
I think this issue kind of plays it off as a big surprising reveal.
Well, it is, I guess. I mean,
the Sentry is going to be back. So
did we know? I mean, do readers know that Stephen Strange created that house for him to live in the Himalayas or wherever that he's at?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really know much about Sentry, except, like I said, I thought at one point he had basically the power of Superman, and he went crazy, and this was after the first Civil War, I think. And then somehow they fixed his mind, and then that was kind of the end of him. He kind of disappeared.
Yeah, he was killed in an issue of Avengers and then was resurrected as one of the Horsemen of Apocalypse in Mighty Avengers. I think he died in Siege, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Which would have been 2009, so he had been gone for a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so you don't like it because...
I don't like the reveal because I feel like there aren't infinite awesome stories to be told with a Sentry. And it's neat. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with this expectation that, hey, here's this character who has all this untapped potential, and now we're going to use him in a magic setting. You know, I'm sort of, I can deal with that. And I think that having the Sentry in a Doctor Strange book actually makes him less problematic.
Mm-hmm.
because his powers are basically he's super magically more magical than anyone else and super powerful. And
So he
blah, blah,
has
blah,
magic
blah.
powers.
Not exactly magic. They're like quantum entanglement or something.
Ah, okay. So he has the ability to warp space and time.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have to go. If only there was a place I could go and read about Sentry.
If only. Marvel.wikia.com.
I know Sentry is this powerful dude, right? And that in order to fight Loki, who has the Sorcerer Supreme's power, that he needs this all-powerful dude. And that's cool too. But I am not quite sure, because there's this implication that in order to hide the sous chef power, the spell, Stephen Strange has hidden the spell inside a bunch of his friends.
Of people he loves, yes.
And one of them is probably his ex-apprentice, ex-girlfriend. Zelda, right? Oh, the one thing missing in this issue are a big pair of spectacles. But I wonder, do you think part of the spell...
Of Velma, by the way.
I wonder if... No, I'm talking about a different Zelda. I wonder if part of the spell is also in Sentry, do you think, or not?
I don't know. It's really unclear, because he says that he has hidden it in the souls of the people that he loves the most. And guess who the latest person is? It kind of implies that
I'm beginning to think that if he's hiding this sous chef spell inside of people, and it happens to be his ex-girlfriend, I'm starting to think it's not a spell.
It's the Sing Soon.
Yes.
It is a spell called the Exile of Sing Soon.
Yes. We'll call it the sous chef, though, because that makes a lot more sense.
No, it doesn't. In this context, it makes less sense.
Have you ever pissed off a sous chef? I have a feeling that the Sing Su spell, as powerful as it may be, may equal the anger that is unleashed when you piss off a sous chef.
Well, I know that Gordon Ramsay was really mad at me the time I messed up the beef Wellington.
Well, that's because you spit on it. Come on.
Well, it also wasn't cooked, but still.
I like this story. I mean, it's a whole new status quo, and Stephen Strange will never be the same again.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
And I'm okay with this development, I guess. I mean, it was an enjoyable read. I like the art. Mm-hmm. I thought the story was pretty cool. I don't know why the Sanctum Sanctorum is floating. And I also wonder if people just walking thing. Oh, because I wonder, do people just walking down the street see it floating?
See, that's a good question.
And then I wonder if people see it floating, doesn't that defeat the purpose of having a hidden sanctum to do all your magics? Because people could just walk up and say, "Hey, yo, I got some magic problems. I pissed off this sous chef."
They may not realize what they're looking at.
It could be. I mean, they could have a glamour or something on there. I mean, it is Loki, right? The trickster god.
Glamour.
Hey, what's up with this dog dude? Or not dog dude. He's like dog.
I've never seen the dog before in my life. A talking dog named Bats.
He's gone by the end of this issue, though.
Yep.
He dies from a heart attack from being a very good doggo.
Dog had a heart attack, and you're making Tumblr memes.
Everybody needs a good doggo like Bats.
Much cardiac, so failure. Wow.
That's a Doge. Oh, my kids are all into the Doge now. So really, what problems did you have with this issue?
I think the only real problem that I have with it is that, like so many changes to status quo, it doesn't feel, just based on this issue, earned, if that makes sense. It feels like everything we know is wrong, and Stephen is not the Sorcerer Supreme, and the Sentry is not dead, and the talking Basset Hound is a talking Basset Hound, and I don't know. I had lost track of Doctor Strange for a little while. I had been reading Sorcerers Supreme, where he teamed up with previous Sorcerers Supreme.
Yeah.
To become Super Supreme, which is Sorcerer Supreme with black olives, I believe. Is how it goes.
Okay.
Yum. But I hadn't really been paying attention, and then the Marvel Legacy renumbering came around, and I'm not sure what changes I may have missed in between. I've never seen Zelda before.
Oh, okay.
So if Zelda has been established somewhere as one of Stephen's, darkest, dearest friends, I have not read about it.
Okay. I mean, I can dig it. I mean, I would say that here's the thing. This issue feels like it's playing on the movie a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but there's something about this that feels very, hey, this is, if you like Doctor Strange in the comic books, or in the movies, you're going to love him in the comic books. And here is this story. Also, a major shout out to the Thor Ragnarok storyline. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing this is the way it played out in the books with Scourge and his mighty guns, because in the Thor Ragnarok movie, Scourge and his guns play a bit in the movie as well.
Yes, that is true. It happened in Thor during the Simonson.
During Ragnarok. So I think people who are picking up Doctor Strange for the first time, they're going to go, oh, this is part 2. I don't think that that's a big barrier to you. And I think if you're familiar with the movie character, this kind of just lets you fall right into it, because it's not talking about what was the Brother Voodoo. It doesn't talk about Brother Voodoo when he's Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, it's dealing with 2 characters that people know specifically from the movies. Mm-hmm. And it feels like they're being written like their movie counterparts. Maybe Loki not so much, but pretty close.
I can definitely see that. Having seen the Doctor Strange movie, I think maybe the most recent Marvel movie that I've seen, honestly, I would agree with you. There's a lot of the cummerbund bindi snatch Doctor Strange in this.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad thing, because Doctor Strange has had some issues with focus since about 1999 or so.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like having something to gravitate towards, having a solid story expectation, or having, that movie to sort of grab a hold of as here's our focus point. This is the thing upon Doctor Strange will turn, which is in there somewhere. I think that works for me. I feel like getting kind of back to the roots of magic is magic, and Stephen Strange is an arrogant sack, and in this issue, he's running what's clearly an illegal veterinary clinic because he doesn't have a veterinarian's license.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
It was. And I love the fact that he wouldn't lie to people. That people are there with their cat, and he's like, well, I'm the former Sorcerer Supreme. My hands don't work, and I'm not actually licensed, but I used to be a really good surgeon, and this is my talking dog. And the people could not run faster.
I just thought that was funny. And the dog, to me, for whatever reason, in my voice, I kept hearing Ben Grimm.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, the way the dog was talking, I'm just like, I kind of hear Ben Grimm.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah,
I'm the,
because he's that that basset hound kind of character. I don't know.
See, I anytime I see a basset hound, all I hear is Wally Cox. There's no need to fear.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. That's for sure.
How can you not hear that?
I mean, I don't hear it when I read this issue.
Now go back and read it.
No, it'll still sound like Ben Grimm to me.
So it turns out Loki is hunting all over Hell's Half Acre for some kind of spell called the Exile of Sing Song or some shit.
Hey, let's keep the language to a little minimum there.
Sorry, I meant Sing Soon.
Yes. I don't know. Bottom line for me is, I thought this was a fine issue. And yeah, I would say people should go pick it up. Try it out.
It's interesting. I really enjoy the textural elements to the art. This art is so deep and so full of just texture and detail and things that you don't really expect. I mean, it's the art that younger me would define as kind of indie comics art. Every time you get a close-up of Bats' face, for instance, you see the outline of the hairs on his nose, and you see his big floppy dog ears are kind of fuzzy, and it's all got texture, and Doctor Strange has a buzz cut and a beard and looks really neat. I mean, all the way through this, even to the point where we find out that, the Sentry is not dead. and Doctor Strange is communicating with the Sentry. You see the Sentry standing on his porch with a sweater vest, watering his begonias.
Yeah.
And there's so much depth in the begonias and the texture of his vest, and it's fascinating to see. And also, Loki is interesting in this because he's after something, but he's never really played as a villain. He's played as an antagonist for sure.
Right.
But he's not like an evil dude trying to tear apart the universe.
Exactly.
It's kind of fascinating. I mean, I definitely want to see more of this Doctor Strange experience.
And I kind of hope it goes beyond 6 issues. I hope at the end of the 6 issues, he's still not the Sorcerer Supreme.
New Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Brother Voodoo was Sorcerer Supreme for a while, but I think he died. And so the mantle returned to Doctor Strange, who has now lost it again.
Maybe Loki will just grow tired of it.
Possibly.
Maybe.
That would not be out of character for Loki.
Yeah. Anyway, I say pick it up.
I agree. Go pick it up.
Coming out next week.
For it.
Yes, definitely. Coming out next week from Dark Horse Comics, we have Aliens, Dead Orbit number 4, Department H number 21, and Jenny Finn number 2 of 4. DC Comics has Action Comics 993, Batman Who Laughs number 1, that's a second printing of that. Hal Jordan, The Green Lantern Corps number 34, Mr. Miracle number 5 of 12, The New Superman number 18, Scooby Apocalypse number 20, it's getting up to its 2-year anniversary. And we also get Wonder Woman 36 next week, Matthew.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. IDW Publishing has Angry Birds Comics, the quarterly edition of that. That's a $5.99 book for all you Angry Birds fans. Back to the Future number 25, DuckTales number 4, Gumballs number 4. Let's see, Hasbro Heroes Sourcebook trade paperback. Oh, did you see? This was, I don't know if you saw this, because I don't know, I didn't really see any sites printing this or sharing this information. But apparently the most recent issue of G.I. Joe.
Yes.
That features Lady Snake or whatever her name is.
The Baroness?
No, she is, let me see if I can find this. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Let's see, the introduction of the female Snake Eyes debut. Female Snake Eyes debut sold out. And is going back to print. Issue 246. It's the Dawn of the Arashikage.
Arashikage.
Yes.
Arashikage.
And so I guess nobody else was talking about it, but good job there, IDW and Female Snake Eyes. I hope that's not her name in the book, though. I hope they're just like, no. What do you think, Female Snake Eyes?
I think no. In fact, if I'm looking at the covers, one of them seems to have her dressed as Storm Shadow.
Yeah, it says, who is Dawn Marino? She's the new Snake Eyes and breakout character of G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Scripted by legendary G.I. Joe writer Larry Hama, with art by incoming artist Nitho Diaz, who does Aquaman.
Nice.
Marks the beginning of the Dawn of Arashikage storyline, which sees Dawn, a Mexican-American teenager, take on the mantle of Snake Eyes, one of the most iconic members of the G.I. Joe team. This pivotal issue has Hama's long-running G.I. Joe saga, has now sold out at the distributor level as the preceding issue 244, featuring Don's first appearance in costume, and 245, Don's first appearance in costume as Snake Eyes.
And remember, this is the book that revives the old-school Marvel continuity from 1982.
Yep.
So I may have to go back and check on this.
Yeah. Let's see. It's sold out, but fans can jump on board with G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 16, which collects that issue and marks the beginning of her journey to becoming Snake Eyes. A second printing will be rushed to the printer, featuring the special Nitho Diaz cover art seen here.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go.
When we were kids in school, we didn't call him Snake Eyes. We called him Ape Face, which I still don't understand to this day where that came from.
You called him that?
Ape Face, yeah.
You didn't call him like Ninja G.I. Joe?
No. We knew his name. We were being jerks. We weren't, ignorant.
Okay. Kid Lobotomy number 3 comes out next week, as does My Little Pony Friends Forever Omnibus Volume 3. That's a $24.99 book.
Ponies forever. We're going to be ponies forever.
Image Comics has Bitch Planet triple feature trade paperback.
Ooh.
Coyotes number 2, which is a mature reader book. Kingsman the Red Diamond number 4, which is a mature reader's book. Port of Earth number 2, not a mature reader's book.
No.
Rumble #1, which is a mature reader's book. Wicked and Divine Christmas Annual #1. Oh, man. I wonder what's going to happen there.
Probably someone's going to die.
Probably. Youngblood #7 comes out. Also not a mature reader's book. But it does have a Liefeld cover, so you got that going for you.
So it's an immature reader's book.
Marvel Comics has the all-new Wolverine #28, Amazing Spider-Man 792, Daredevil 596, Marvel 2018 calendar. You get a bundle of 25 of those for $10.
Wow.
Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man trade paperback volume 1, Into the Twilight. Royals #12, Secret Warriors #10, True Believers Phoenix Bizarre Adventures. That's a buck.
Oh my God, I love that story. That's from like 1984. It's after Phoenix died from an issue of Marvel Premiere.
Right.
Or Bizarre Adventures, one of the two. And she ends up being trapped by the Atlanteans. It's well done stuff.
You can go get that issue for $1 next week.
Nice.
What else do we have? We have Adventure Time regular show #5, Angels of Death graphic novel volume 1, Archie's Christmas Spectacular #1, Aspen Universe Decimation #3, Bloodshot Salvation #4. Let's see, Brave Chef Brianna. That's a trade paperback talking about our sous chef this week.
Sous chef.
Yep.
Now, Sue is the chef. Brianna is the sidekick.
Damned #6. Don't Meddle with My Daughter graphic. That's so appropriate for some reason. Don't Meddle with My Daughter graphic novel volume 2 of 3.
Oh,
Fighting American #3. Force #2. Let's see. Grass Kings #10. Grim Fairy Tales 2017 Holiday Special. I don't know if we got a copy of that today or not. No, I got a copy of something else, I think. Check your email box, Matthew. I sent it to you. Invader Zim #26. Judas #1. Killer Instinct #3. Millennium Girl. Oh, Millennium Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I was like, Millennium Girl.
Who kicked the hornet's nest?
Yes. Well, either way, it kind of works. Because everyone who watches reads or watches those Millennium books, or the Girl Who Did Whatever books.
Right.
That's probably what you say.
The series of Stieg Larsson's novels.
Yeah. Have you read those?
That's how I refer to my ex-girlfriends.
Have you read those?
No, but I think I saw a movie.
I read, and by reading, I mean I listened to the audiobook.
Right.
I read the first one, which I think is The Hornet's Nest. No, it's the tattoo girl, a girl with the tattoos.
Yeah, the girl with the crimson tattoo.
Yeah.
The next one is the girl with kaleidoscope eyes.
Yes, and then the third one is the girl with colitis goes by. Yes.
Yes, that girl. You know the girl.
Yes, I do know her. Planet of the Apes Archive hardcover volume 2, New Zodiacs trade paperback, Robotech #5 from Titan Comics, Rocky and Bullwinkle show #2. Wow. Sheena #4. That's Sheena, Queen of the Jungle.
Queena?
Yes, Sheena Queena.
Sheena the Queena.
Yes. We also have Van Helsing versus the Werewolf #6 and Voltron Legendary Defender Volume 2 #5. So there you go. Those are some of the books coming out next week. Check your local comic book store for more. Next week on Dueling Review,
Daredevil #596, Mayor Fisk, Part 2. Newly elected Mayor Wilson Fisk has declared Daredevil public enemy #1.
Oh, no.
Now, every bit of law enforcement in New York City is out to take him down, and the man without fear has nowhere to hide, while Matt Murdock receives the most incredible offer of his legal career.
Ooh. You can show your support for this show and everything we do at Major Spoilers by becoming a patron at patreon.com/majorspoilers. Hey, guess what? Your contribution, as little as $1 a month, allows us to keep this show going, pay for our growing costs, and gives us the motivation to produce more for you each and every week. Keeps the light-ons around here. We had a major hard drive crash, and luckily I'm able to save all of 2018's Munchkinland episodes because of Patreon supporters. So thank you. Thank you for checking out Dueling Review, and we will talk with you next time when you will hear Matthew say,
"We're going to be friends forever."
Actually, you might hear him say that next week.
No, you won't.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.